you, Nate. It's a pleasure to be here. How's everyone doing today? You're all excited? Got a lot of great golden nuggets? Yeah, I've been working with Nate and Jermaine probably going close to 2 years, and I just learned so much from these guys. And I've seen their work ethic, and I gotta tell you, nothing comes to you easily, but you have to just put in the effort. You have to be consistent in everything that you do, and you have to have, Nate talks about this a lot, you gotta be focused. One of the reasons why people don't go far in their business is because they're all over the place. They join 7 companies, they're doing 27 business opportunities. And the problem is, if you join like 10 business opportunities, you will not have multiple streams of income. You're gonna have multiple streams of debt. What you really need to do is you need to focus. So a lot of you here for e-commerce is really an e-commerce mastermind, so focus on Shopify. Whatever they tell you to do, do it. So I know some of you were launching ads last night, and that's great because you have to take action. A lot of times people come to masterminds and they're excited saying, oh, this is awesome, I'm gonna make $1 million. And when they go home, what do? They don't do anything. So it's good you guys, that some of you are taking action. For those of you that haven't yet, take action tonight. You know, whether it's tonight or when you get home. Because if you don't take action within 72 hours, that information is going to be useless to you. You need to take action because knowledge is not necessarily power, it's only applied power. So you definitely need to take that action. So that's what separates the successful people to the unsuccessful. They're always taking action, they're focused, they're consistent. Because it's very important to build a foundation to your business. You know, a lot of people want that fast money, but the problem is, for most people, no one is an overnight success. If you listen to Nate, the guy failed for years, but now he's making millions. Jermaine too, he failed, but he's making multiple 6 figures. But these guys never gave up. They learned from their mentors. They tweaked as they went along, but they built that foundation. So these guys are going to be successful for many years. Why? Because they built that foundation. And you can think of it as like a bamboo plant. It's building its roots for like 3 or 4 years, but it's underground. And nothing's happening. And in that 4th year, guess what? It sprouts 90 feet. And the same thing can happen for you if you build that foundation. You have to do that. If you don't build that foundation, if you make some money, you're going to find a way to lose it. Why? Because you don't have that proper foundation. You don't have that mindset. Many of you are probably familiar with the fact that most lottery winners, 5 years now, guess what? They're broke. Why? Because they don't have the proper foundation, they don't have the proper money. You've probably seen sports figures. Some of these guys playing basketball, what? They've made $100 million. And you think to yourself, man, that can last you several lifetimes. 5 years later, guess what? These guys are broke. Why? Again, they don't have the proper foundation, they don't have the proper mindset. So when you're with us in MNU, you're gonna have the proper foundation. Because, we talked a lot about mindset. This weekend, you're learning a lot of great technical stuff about Facebook ads, scaling up, all that, and that's important. You definitely need the technical. But if you don't have that foundation, if you make some money, you're gonna find a way to blow it. So that's why we always stress mindset, because it is without a doubt the most important thing. Nate will tell you that he's made many millions of dollars. If Nate is telling you that, you gotta believe it's extremely important. So some people will say like, oh, mindset is not that important. It actually is. Watch sports players. Have you ever seen an athlete? You see this guy, he's like, this guy has such great talent, but why isn't he doing it every night? It's because he doesn't have that mindset. He doesn't have that belief in himself. Like one night he'll score 40 points, the next night he only scores 2. Or a pitcher, you'll see a guy throw a complete game shutout, and then the next game he's getting rocked for 15 runs. Why? Because he's not consistent in his beliefs. So mindset is extremely important. So you definitely have to work on that. You have to be consistent in your actions. And, you have to keep working on it and realize you have to have, one of the things that stops people is they don't believe in themselves. When you focus on the expansion, some of our speakers were talking about that yesterday. There's something in our mind called the reticular activating system. So because our mind is being bombarded with like millions of things a day, so the brain works to filter out the things it considers unimportant. Have you ever been to the airport and you hear a bunch of names being mentioned? This person comes to the front, and then you ignore it, but all of a sudden you hear your name, your head pops up. Why? Because your name is extremely important to you. So when you focus on the things that are important to you, you're going to look for it. So, for example, you're looking to buy a red sports car. You're thinking about it. And then when you go outside, guess what? You notice every red sports car out there. Why? Because your mind, it's important. So if you start thinking, there are no opportunities out there, guess what? You're not going to find them. Even an opportunity presents itself right in front of you, someone comes up with a great opportunity, you're going to find a way to ignore it. And if you ever look at your experiences, we've probably all passed on some opportunities that turned out to be very good. Why? Because we didn't think there were opportunities on. Or you've seen people that say, I can't meet Mr. or Mrs. Right. Guess what? Those people are saying to themselves, that person doesn't exist. And guess what? They almost never do. Because they're not looking for it. So you have to work on your reticular activating system to look for these opportunities. Because if you don't, you're not going to see these opportunities. You know, Nate has something he's launching later on today. You know, some of you sound interested in it. It's going to be a great opportunity. Are you going to go for it? Some of you might say, maybe it's not a good opportunity. But everything Nate touches turns to gold because he has great opportunities, which is why I think many of you are here, because he has great opportunities. You know, you're here for e-commerce and you're going to take advantage of it. You know, be open to these opportunities that present themselves to you, because if you don't, you'd be amazed at the things you will miss out on. So, you know, that's the thing I've learned, because there's some people out there that think there is no way to make money. You know, guess what? If you just go on the internet, there are dozens of ways to make money. You can create your own product. You can create an ebook. You can create an audiobook and sell it on audible.com. You can become an Uber driver. I know people who are network marketers who drive Uber to make some extra money. Guess what? While they're driving that Uber, they're recruiting people. I know a guy on Facebook, a Facebook friend of mine. He's recruited 50 people driving an Uber. So how many of you want to drive Uber now? Oh, you know what else this guy did? Ray Hickman was one of the big guys in network marketing. He was going to an event in Texas. He messaged Ray. He says, I will pick you up at the airport. So he picks up Ray Hickman, who was like a multiple seven-figure earner. Ray Hickman featured him on his video the next day and featured him on his ad. This guy took initiative. Will you guys do something like that? You know, maybe you might reach out to Nate or Jermaine about something. You know, think outside the box. You know, what can I do differently? And I can give you some other types of money you can make, you know, online. You can go to Zarly.com. You can walk dogs for people. You can pick up their kids from school. You can do shopping for them. These, you know, may not be a lot of money, but it's extra money. So if you're hurting for money, there are ways out there. Did you know you can be a mock juror? There are lawyers that are looking for mock jurors to practice their case on them. So there are websites like ejury.com and onlineverdict.com. There are many different ways out there of making money. You just have to go look at it. All you need to do is Google 10 ways to make money at home, 20 ways to make money online. You can write blogs for other people. There are many different ways. So I'm mentioning these things to you because I want to challenge you, because there are many ways to look for money. And if you keep saying there's no way to do it, you're never going to find it. You know why? Because you're not looking for it. You have to be open to it. If you do that, you'd be amazed at what can pop up for you. So, you know, over the last year or two, you know, I work with Nate and Jermaine, so they're always coming up with new things for me to work on with them. And I'm going to be working on some things with them over the next couple of years. You know, we have that promo we'll be launching later on today. Why? Because these guys talk to me, and you know what? I know they're great guys. I know these guys care a lot about me. They're going to help me succeed. They know I'm willing to work hard with them. And I know they're going to take care of me because they know I will put in the effort. And when they mention these opportunities to me, you know what? I'm going to be open to listening to them, because number one, these guys are much more successful than I am. These guys care. They help a lot of people succeed. And I know they want to help me succeed. They follow me a lot. And so anything they say to me, I'm going to be open to them. So, you know, look at the people you're interacting with. Or do these people care? If these people care, have they been successful? Are they willing to help you? If they're willing to do that, you need to be open to these things. So that's what I want to recommend to you. Keep an open mind about things. You know, look at the people who've been successful. Can you learn something from them? I look at Nate, he's making millions of dollars. I figured, can I learn something from him? Absolutely. So yeah, I want to be where he is now in the next year or two. So I listen to the things he tells me to do, because you've listened to him this week. Hasn't this guy give you lots of golden nuggets? Yeah. Yeah, for those of you who Jermaine's going to be speaking in a little bit. He's going to give you some great nuggets too. So, you know, when these guys tell me something, I listen to it. Unfortunately, some people, they don't listen to what their mentors tell them to do. And they wonder why they're not making any success. Just model the people that have been successful. You know, Tony Robbins says, success leaves clues, and it's absolutely true. Don't reinvent the wheel. What the successful people do, model what they do. You'll make some tweaks and adjustments, and sometimes the students will have more success than the teacher. You know, Nate said, one of Nate's students, Scott's had millions of dollars in Shopify because he learned from Nate, and he's gone to have incredible success, and Nate's happy. Jermaine too. You know, their students are happy. They want to help you succeed. There's nothing that makes a mentor happier than to see their student having lots of success. So I can tell you, these guys want to see you succeed. There's nothing more that they want to do is to see someone says, I made $1 million this year. Thank you, Nate. Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, you know, you have to believe in yourself because it all starts with the mindset. Then you just got to put in the effort. So, you're learning a lot of great nuggets this weekend. You know, stuff about Facebook ads, scaling up. You know, what kind of products to pick, all the different apps you can use. You have to utilize it. You have to do it consistently. Are you going to put in the time and the effort? And I can tell you, after seeing you guys the last couple of days, I can definitely tell that a lot of you people are going to do that. And for them, you know, so just keep doing that. Be consistent. And if you have any questions, reach out to the people. And while you're here, as Dave was saying, ask questions. Because Dave wants to help you here. You know, this is a golden time for you to take advantage. You know how many people want to reach out to Nate and Jermaine, but they can't? You have a whole weekend here. So during the breaks, or you know, talk to these guys. You know, spending 10 minutes with them. You have a conversation. They might give you one tip during that break that can change their lives. Just like Nate was talking about with Frank Kern before. You know, he spent 15 minutes with him. Frank gave him some advice, and he was making $100,000 right after that. Now he's made millions. You know, he was talking about my New York event, and I can definitely tell you, like when we were having breaks or we went to dinner afterwards, a lot of the people that came to that event, they were soaking up the knowledge of what these guys had to do. They went to the speakers, and they learned a lot of golden nuggets. Some of these people, their businesses started skyrocketing. We have a number of success stories over there, but these people, what they did was during the breaks, they went to Nate Jermaine and the other speakers, they asked them for advice, and they implemented. So that's the important thing. Talk to everyone. All the speakers that are here, you know, talk to Gary, Larry. I said, these guys have a ton of knowledge. They're all working together. Talk to these guys during their break. You never know. One little nugget they can share with you can change your life. So I want you to believe in yourself. Take advantage. Be consistent. And if you want to ask me any questions afterwards, feel free. I'm here to help you. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. God bless.
Did he do good?
No.
Did he do good or not?